situations can be. People can be a little overwhelming sometimes, right? You're so used to me being around. I'm sure it must have been a little strange to go out with someone else. But I trust you, of course. I know you'd never do anything that would make me feel left behind. I mean, we've always been so close. You wouldn't let someone else take that from me, right? It's just that, I don't know. I guess I'm just a little protective of you. I mean, you're my roommate. We share everything, don't we? We've built this life together. And now there's this other person in the picture. I just want to make sure you're not forgetting about me, you know? I know it's silly, but it's just, I care about you a lot. You mean so much to me. It's hard to imagine you being that close to anyone else, especially someone I don't even know. But I'm sure everything went fine, right? You didn't feel like you were losing yourself, or like you had to act differently, did you? Because I would hate for you to feel like you don't have me to rely on. That's what I'm here for. You can always count on me. Always. I've been thinking about it a lot, you know. The more I think about it, the more I can't help but feel unsettled. I mean, you're such a kind person, so caring, and anyone could see that. That's why it worries me a little, though. I just don't want anyone taking advantage of you. Not her, not anyone else. You're so special to me, and I guess I'm just afraid of losing you. Maybe that's why I've been feeling this way. I want to be the one you turn to, the one you rely on. I've always been here for you, always had your back. I know it's hard to imagine, but sometimes people don't always have the best intentions, do they? I just don't want her to hurt you. She can't understand you the way I do. Not really. And it's not like I'm trying to control you or anything. It's just, I care about you. You know that, right? You deserve someone who gets you completely. Someone who will make sure you don't get lost in all of this. I don't want you to be swept away by the wrong person. I just want to protect you, to keep you safe. You've always made me feel so important to you, and I've never asked for much in return. But I guess I'm just hoping you'll think about it. I want you to realize that maybe, just maybe, we're better off with just the two of us. You and me. We don't need anyone else to feel complete. I want you to see that, to know that I'll always be here. You don't need to look anywhere else. I just keep thinking about that night. What did you see in her that you don't see in me? I don't mean to sound paranoid, but I can't help it. It's hard not to wonder if there's something I'm missing, something I didn't do. Maybe I've been too predictable, too comfortable. But that's who I am, right? I've always been here, and I don't want to change that. I want you to understand, though, it's not about controlling you. It's about care. You can trust me to be the one who really knows you. I've always been the person you come to, and I need to make sure it stays that way. That other girl, she doesn't know you like I do. I know what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, what makes you feel safe. I've been here for all of it. I've earned that place, haven't I? You can't just throw away all the time we've spent together. All those nights talking, laughing, and comforting each other. I can't help but feel like she might take all of that from us. Don't you see? I've been there for you through everything. I don't want to lose that. Lose us. Maybe it's a little selfish, but I'm scared. I'm scared of being left behind, of being replaced. I've always been your constant, the one who's always there. I want to be your only constant. I don't want you to realize that someone else can give you what I can. But I know, deep down, I'm the one who truly gets you. Only me. I just need to say it. I've been holding this in for so long, but it's driving me crazy. I can't pretend like everything is fine when I feel this way. You're mine, and I can't help but want to keep you all to myself. We've been through so much together, and I don't want anyone else to come think I'm overreacting, but I can't help it. You mean everything to me, more than anyone else ever could. Don't you see that? You don't need to look for someone else, someone who might not truly understand you the way I do. I get you. I've always gotten you. It's like a weight on my chest every time I think about her. I just don't want to share you. I can't stand the thought of you turning to someone else when I've always been here, offering you everything I have. Maybe I'm selfish, but I can't help it. You're everything to me, and I don't want to lose that. I never will. You're mine, and that's how it's always going to be. I know I've been acting a little intense lately, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I never want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I just can't stop feeling this way. You mean everything to me, and I know it sounds possessive, but I just can't shake the thought of someone else trying to take my place. I've always been there for you, haven't I? We've been through so much together, and it feels like we're so perfectly in sync. I don't want to sound too overwhelming, but I need you to see that no one else could care for you the way I do. No one knows you better than I do. I'm the one who's always by your side, whether it's the quiet nights or the long talks. I've been here, and I always will be. I don't want anyone else to slip into that space I've carved out for myself in your life. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm scared of losing you, of seeing you become closer to someone else. But what we have, it's unique. It's something no one else can understand. You and me, we're different from everyone else. You don't need anyone else. You have me, and that's all you'll ever need. I just want to hold on to that, to hold on to you. It's not selfish, it's love. And I'm doing everything I can to make sure you know how much I care. You don't need anyone else to feel loved. I'll always be the one to give you that. I've been thinking about this, and I need to apologize for how I've acted. I know I've been intense, and maybe I've made you feel trapped or overwhelmed. That's not what I wanted at all. I just want you to understand how much you mean to me. I'm sorry if I've crossed any boundaries, but I can't help how I feel. You mean everything to me. You've always been there for me, and I've always been there for you. I just want us to stay this way, close, with no one else interfering. I've never asked for much, just your time, your attention, your trust. I don't want to compete for that with anyone else. It's not about being possessive. It's about wanting to keep this bond we have so special. I don't want to share you with anyone, not like that. You're too important to me. I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to know that I'm the one who gets to be there for you. I don't want to lose you to someone else, someone who might not care for you the way I do. I want you to know that I will always be the one who understands you, the one who will be by your side no matter what. You don't need anyone else.